Today I want to talk a little bit about confidence. Today's topic is really all about confidence. It is the new year, and sometimes we gotta have a little bit more confidence in our life, right? Who doesn't want more confidence, right? Who doesn't want more confidence? I do. I don't want to raise my hand for that. Don't raise your hand for that. We all want confidence here. It's like the rock, the fire, the shield. When you're going through life, you gotta have it, right? Without confidence, guess what happened? You get nervous, you get scared, you have a lot of doubts. You hide away from social situation. You don't want to be, I'm going to this party. I don't want to be around that party. Why? Because I'm a little shy, I don't want confident. It stops you from trying new things. You avoid challenges. You avoid, you know, some of the things that you always want to try in your life, but you don't have the confidence to do it. And everyone needs more confidence. I do. I always need more confidence. If you're a student, you're studying, you're an athlete, you're a speaker, you're a business owner. In this situation, you guys are entrepreneurs, you need more confidence. You need it because you got to develop more confidence so that you can overcome a lot of those self-doubt, those fears that we face every single day as a business owner. There's no such thing as not enough confidence, right? I mean, there is people who are arrogant, and I'm not talking about that. There's people who are more arrogant than others. But today I want to talk a little bit about some of the myth of confidence and some of the tools that help me be more confident as an entrepreneur and business owner, especially selling online, speaking with you guys, leading a team. So you know though I want to share a little bit more about that because have anyone here ever met someone who has no confidence? Anyone here? Raise your hand if you met someone who's no confidence. They you kind of feel like, man, this guy's he's a downer. He's kind of negative, always doubting all the time. You don't want to be around them, living in fear. I was that way when I was growing up. So when I was growing up in Louisiana, just moved into this neighborhood straight from Vietnam. I was probably 6 or 7 years old, when I didn't speak any English. Um, all I spoke was Vietnamese. I was an easy target for the local American kids. I get picked on, beat up. They picked me out of the lot because I guess I didn't speak any English. So I couldn't tell anybody that they would beat me up. So hey, it was a win-win for them, I guess, not a win for me. There was an incident that I always think back and I'm like, man, I feel pretty embarrassed about that. I feel kind of embarrassed about it. It's not about getting beat up. I'm not embarrassed by getting beat up because, hey, like, hey, it happens, right? Sometimes I'd rather get beat up than suffer this kind of shame. I'm laughing about it now, but I'm sure I wasn't laughing then, right? I don't normally share this, but for some reason, I still remember it to this day, even when so many years ago has gone by. Probably because it was a very extreme, stressful situation when you're like 6, 7 years old at the time when you first started school. I think I was in first grade. My parents just dropped me off. I was like, why did you guys abandon me? And so I didn't speak any English. I was just sitting in this class, abandoned, afraid. But so as I'm going through first grade and I'm just following what everyone else was doing. And to be honest, that's probably what I was doing. I was just following what I was doing because I didn't speak the language. So I guess they did this, so I just did it. After the crying stopped and everything, I started, following everybody. I'm thinking back, I might not have understood anyone for the first year of going to school. I probably didn't understand anything that they said. They probably just started lining up, and I just started lining up with everybody, like how you would line up in school, right? You just bunch of kids lining up. I didn't understand that. I just followed. So on this terrible school day, after lunch, I was struck with a stomach ache after lunch. Not sure what I've eaten that day, but you know, it didn't feel good. I remember I had a stomach ache. I didn't speak English either, so I remember that. And I had to go to the bathroom really bad. You know, and maybe at that time I didn't know how to, raise my hand to speak out or say, hey, I need to go to the bathroom. Like, hey, teacher, I need to go to the bathroom. Like, my stomach hurt. You know, guess what happened? We all know what happened. So the trembling in the stomach pain, I was stuck in my desk, I was sitting there, I was scared, I was in pain. Long story short, I suffered the most terrible thing that could happen to a child. The pressure released in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the middle of class. So I'm not sure how the situation was resolved, but I'm pretty sure somebody smelt something, saw something. I don't know what happened, but somebody came and helped me. So nice Vietnamese lady came. She helped me clean up, and that was it. That was the last of it. The sense of shame, embarrassment still lingers to this day. It's hard telling you guys this story, but I'm sure you guys have some embarrassing story, in your life that you remember. This might be one of my only embarrassing story. There probably is other, but probably this is something that stuck with me the longest. And so, anyone ever have an embarrassing story? Raise your hand. You guys got some embarrassing story. Raise your hand. Yeah, I'm sure everybody does. But I'm sharing this. Why am I sharing you this story? Well, because sometime when something happens to you, it takes away some of that confidence. You know, there are situations in our life that kind of like feel like when we did something, when something happened, it takes confidence away from us versus building confidence in our life. So everything that we do plays a role in how our confidence is built. Now, I'm not talking about um, having confidence when you're born. You don't really born with confidence, right? And you need the confidence to achieve anything in life, like your dreams, your hopes, your goals, all of that requires confidence. Now, if you experience a lack of confidence, you know, it's okay because, poopy pants doesn't mean your life is over, right? I mean, 6, 7 years old, so I guess it was my life not over. Look, I'm here today. So it doesn't mean my life is over. But if you're still struggling with something because something happened in your past, it doesn't mean it's over. Confidence is the foundation that guides the decision in our life. Imagine having more confidence. Who wants more confidence? Raise their hand. We all want confidence, right? Raise your hand. You want more confidence. When you have more confidence, you will be able to make more money, be able to overcome challenges, and face any situation head on. Now, who doesn't want that, right? I know, right? Who doesn't want that? So I've done a lot of research on this because I was trying to, when I was growing up, I didn't have any confidence, and that was a part of it. Feeling embarrassed about things. Like, oh, I don't want people to laugh at me. I don't want people to look at me and say things to me. Or people judge me or treat me a certain way. So I looked into this a lot, growing up, learning how to be more confident. And I still research on how to be more confident every single day now. And I always think about how to be more confident. So let's first talk about the fact that we all want confidence, but why is it so hard to have confidence? Do you ever wonder why it's so hard to have confidence? There's research out there that's done on confidence. The problem is they're not very fun to read. They're kind of dry, kind of hard to like really understand. So you can go to the National Institute of Health. There's tons of dry research on confidence, not very enjoyable to read. And then you go on Google, you type in how to build confidence, you get suggestion like recognize what you're good at. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm good at. How can I recognize what I'm good at? Like, it's like, I'm trying to figure that out. You're supposed to tell me, Google. And you might be thinking like, how the heck do I do that? Right? Like we have that problem. I'm looking on Google. I'm like, okay, that's a very general answer. Like just feel more alive, like be confident, feel more alive. I'm like, okay, I am alive. So it's very hard to get the right information that's tactical, right? That you can really take action on in your life. So I want to help you kind of have some of that actionable items that you can do moving onward, especially it's 2024 and we want to have action versus just talking about strategies and theories, right? There's not a sit, listen, and then do nothing kind of place. We're a place of action, so we want you guys to take action every single day. That's the only way for your life to change. You have to take action. So before we start, I want to ask you a question. Let's be a little selfish about it today. I want you to think about yourself today, right now in this moment. Just think about yourself. What would you do if you instantly were able to be given confidence? Like more confident you ever have it ever in your life, right? Boom, like you get more confident right now. Like, how will your life change? How will your life be different when you have more confidence, right? More confident you ever had ever before. Just be selfish. Would you ever take more risk? Set more boundaries? Be able to say no to people? Be able to take on challenges that you always shy away from before? Stand up for yourself maybe, or stand up for what you believe in, right? Now, I mean, I can go on. There's more to it than that. There's tons of things you can do. So think about what you can be more confident in, right? Now, let's talk about the meaning of confidence. Everybody think about confident, like like a feeling, right? I feel confidence. Confidence always start with like, I feel confident, but like the meaning of confidence is like, I always, so the meaning of confidence is state of feeling certain about truth. So let's focus on the word feeling first. I feel confidence. I feel like we all look at confidence this way. You know, like we always hear people say, I feel confidence in this, I feel confidence in that. But, you know, we get so stuck in the word feel, right? We forget that confidence is not like, you don't just feel confidence. Everybody has some sense of confidence, but they blocking themselves from that confidence. Now, let's talk about feeling good. Like we all wants to feel good, right? But when we're doing something that doesn't feel very good, like for example, you want to run a mile. It doesn't feel very good to run a mile. But when you finish a mile, you feel pretty good. You're like, hey, I did it. I set a goal to do a mile and I feel good about it. So, but when you push through something, when you take action, it doesn't feel very good in the process. So when we're talking about feeling confident, what happens when you don't feel confident? Do you stop, do you just stop having no confidence? Like, do you just stop having not having confidence? So most of the time that is a yes, because when you feel not confident, you have a lot of, you start feeling doubt. So I want to reframe the word confidence with this new meaning. Okay, so confidence has the Latin origin in etymology. That's a very long word. You guys can Google that. I don't want to explain what that means, but it's just the meaning. The meaning for confidence, the root word is to have full trust. It's not about how you feel. It's about having full trust in yourself. If you're confident in someone's word, then you are confident that they will show up, they will follow through, they will do what they say. So that's confidence, right? So I always frame it now for me is having full trust in myself. So what does it mean, right? To have full trust. To have full trust, you need evidence. What type of evidence do you ask? Evidence of action and results. If you've never done something before, you don't have full trust in yourself. If you're confident in someone's word, then you're confident that they'll show up and then you have trust in them. But for you, it's the same thing. If you're going to, build that trust in yourself, you're going to have to take actions on your word. But so for example, if you never done something before, you don't have full trust in yourself to complete it, right? Like that's why we get scared. Like let's say I never jumped out of a plane before. I don't trust myself to save myself when I jump out of a plane because I've never done that before. So I feel unconfident in it. But if you never do it, how can you develop more evidence? So it's a weird cycle. If you never done something before, and you don't have confidence in it, so you don't do it. So you're never gonna do it. But then when you do it, you get scared. You're not good at it. So it's like a weird vicious cycle. And it's terrible to be stuck in a place where it's like, I don't have trust in myself and I don't want to try anything. And because I don't have trust, and then when you don't have trust, you don't try. And it's hard to start building that trust in yourself. So, and honestly, confidence is not about well-being. There's a lot of tips online that talks about, well-being and the feeling and things like that. But we want to talk about building trust in yourself. And that requires taking unconfident action. It simply means to try. Sounds easy, but I know it's not. It's very easy to say, hey, let's try, but it's not. It's not that easy. But the benefit of trying will lead you to amazing things. There's neurological research out there that speaks about this. It's called the confidence competence loop. You guys can look this up. And really what it's saying is that when you have more confidence, you develop more competence, and then it keeps continuing to feed itself, right? Circle and circle. Like you get more competence, you get more confidence, and then more confidence, more competence, and then so on and so forth. And then you start having this boost of confidence in your life, and it just gets better and better and better. And I want that. Who doesn't want that? Like you want more confidence. I do. Raise your hand if you do, right? You want to have that boost every single day. Hey, confidence, let's go. More confidence, more confidence. I want to jump in and do this all the time. Just get amazing at it, right? But this only happens when you are willing to take action to try something new. So when you step into something new, for example, like snowboarding or a business, you'll have some doubts and fear. You'll probably fail at it at first, but you will learn something along the way. but the more you are unconfidently trying, the more confidence you will build. This is where the confidence competency loops start, right? Because it's like, how do I get into this loop? Well, you have to start doing something for you to start getting into this loop. The trying allow you to start to learn more. And then the more you learn, the more you develop more of competence. And then that's when you start gaining that little confidence. Then this leads you to having more trust in yourself. This is not about feeling confident. This is about building evidence for you to trust in yourself. Okay. And it's not, remember, it's not about a feeling. The feeling comes after the action of trying. So it's kind of weird to say I feel confidence. So instead, let's start, I trust myself because I try and learn, right? Instead of I feel confidence, I trust myself because I try and learn. That's why I am confident. That's why I feel confidence. So let's talk about a few myths of confidence. Imposter syndrome is bad, right? Have you guys ever felt imposter syndrome? Anyone? Anyone ever feel like, oh, I started this new job, or I started work or doing something, and then I feel like, oh, I'm an imposter, I'm not good at it. But that feeling, it's okay to have that feeling. It's not a bad feeling. It's just saying that you're trying something new, right? The truth is, it's a good thing. It's saying you're doing something new and is making, when you're feeling nervous and you're doing something new, it's okay. I feel this way sometimes too. But I trust myself because I built up evidence already of other areas of my life. So I jump in and I figure it out. So the feeling is saying that, you're challenging yourself to grow, right? You're challenging yourself to be a better version of yourself. If you continue to do the same thing, you're always going to get the same result. And you're going to start, when you sit in comfort, you're not really growing. And you eventually going to feel stuck. And so imposter syndrome, you have to understand that it's a good thing. It's saying that you challenge yourself. And of course, when you surrounded yourself in an environment. So for example, you got promoted in your job, or you're surrounded by people who you feel more successful than you. You are being tested. You are in the right room, right? You're in a room that allows you to be challenged. So you're there because you did something. You did something to get there. That's why somebody put you there, right? That's why imposter syndrome is just saying, "Oh, hey, I'm being challenged." So it's really a reframing of the situation. Like you feel like you're not capable, you feel like you're not good enough, but that's because you feel like you're not confident. You don't have that confidence in yourself because you're not thinking about all the evidence you built up for you to be able to get to where you are right now, to be in that situation. That's why imposter syndrome exists. It's because it's just saying that you're being challenged. So confidence people are loud. That's not true. Confident people are not loud. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be an extrovert to be confident, right? You just need to stand up for what you believe in. Right. So this is some of the myth out there. You think that confident people are like super talkative. Have you ever met somebody who think that they're super confident, but they talk a lot and they don't say anything at all? They can say a lot of things, but a lot of the words don't mean anything. And so, confidence, when you have confidence in yourself, it just means that you will stand up for what you believe in, what you believe is right. You don't scream and shout. A lot of the people who scream and shout tend to be not confident at all. Right? You don't have to be, a person that's out there talking to everybody. You don't have to be that extrovert that you expect confident people to be. No, it's about, being able to share your thoughts, your idea when needed. If you know something is right, stand up for it, right? And the last myth is, can you lose confidence? No, you cannot lose confidence. So remember that. You don't lose confidence. It's just the feeling of confidence that you're missing. I don't feel confident. It doesn't mean you're not confident, right? You fail, you realize many years that you put in all this work and then you built it up, and now my confidence just disappeared, right? You failed through life, you did all this, and then you build experience, you learn from the failure, and then now you built this great life for yourself, but then suddenly you don't feel confident anymore, right? So we all gone through that, right? Sometimes we lose that feeling, and the reason why we lose that feeling is because we forget the evidence of all the things that we've done. And so that's why we lose that feeling of confidence. But you have to understand that it's just a feeling. It doesn't mean you're not competent. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that, in this situation, you're not capable. Like as long as you continue to try, grow, and learn, you're never gonna lose confidence. Right. So I really love the fact that, confidence is built and not given. Right. You're not born with confidence, it has to be built. And when you see it as, oh, wait, I'm building confidence, it makes it a little bit harder for you to lose confidence. Because, I mean, if I can have unlimited access to confidence, as long as I keep trying, as long as I keep learning, as long as I keep growing, I can keep building up my confidence. And as I get older and the more things I'm doing, I get more confidence. Like I was not confident when I was doing that 30-hour hike. I was not confident in that, but I tried anyway, and all I focused on was just trying. That's what's important. Trying is the step. All right. So let's talk about some of the tools that can help us build confidence. I'm going through it a little fast because I don't want to, go past an hour just because I know it. All of us here has to get back to work. But let's talk about some of the tools. Okay. Some of it is through my own experience, and some of it has research behind it as well. So number one for me, what helped me through this is an action slogan. If you ever seen the movie 300, when you see them, about to fight, they run in screaming. Sometimes they don't scream, but they scream. Why? Because everyone is afraid of dying. Anyone here is afraid to die? I am. You guys must be afraid to die. Trust me, you guys are lying if you're not afraid to die. All right. Imagine if you go into battle and you ran in there silently. It would seem very weak, kind of, right? Running in there very quiet, like it's all right, hey, let's go. Going into battle very silently, right? We don't do that. So we have to have an action slogan. Now we talked about this before in the past. Have a phrase that gets you to take action. Make it short and powerful. You can use mine. For me, I use like, I got this sometime. Let's move, go, go, go. Today's the day. Never quit, keep trying. And sometimes when I'm doing something hard in front of my computer, I would say that out loud, like, let's move, let's get it done. And that's why I would repeat to myself, have an action slogan that you speak every day when you're trying to do something hard. So you can snap out of the doubt and fear, because a lot of the action that we're taking, our brain is stopping us from doing it because it's painful to do something that's new, that's scary. And so our brain automatically is like, okay, you shouldn't do it. Just do something else. Do something that's comfortable. Do something that's easy. Hey, let's not look bad in front of people, right? Let's not fail because I don't like failing. It's uncomfortable. So it's about trying and learning. So this action slogan that you have, whatever it may be. Now, I use this when I'm doing challenges, and there's research in, NLP that shows that words are very powerful. Words has influences in your action, your feeling, and the way you think. So instead of saying I'm scared all the time, because honestly, most of us sit in our mind a lot and we say that I'm scared. Oh, I can't do this. I'm not good at this. You have to use your voice, your action slogan, whatever it may be. So come up with an action slogan that you stand by. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be a long sentence, just something that's short. Like, keep trying. Let's go. Keep trying. Right. And start saying that. Maybe I'm a savage. I don't know. Whatever it is that you guys like, I'm a savage. Whatever you want. Right. But as long as it pushes you to take the next step. Right. So number two, focus on building courage, not confidence. So courage is what you tap inside of you, right? Courage is the ability to do something that's scary, right? Something that you're afraid of. Confidence is the evidence you build for yourself over time, right? Confidence is something that you build inside of yourself over time. So let's talk about how to build courage. All of us have courage. Remember, all of us have some courage. You are courageous enough to get into a metal can every single day and you drive 80 miles an hour down the highway, knowing that any moment it could kill you. I'm not saying it will, but that's courage, right? Right? The reason you're not courageous is because you fear things that are unknown, right? You get in the car because you know that there's airbags that can save you. You get in a car because you trust the person next to you understands the rule. Hey, don't cross the line next to me, right? There's a line. Stay on your line, I stay in my line, right? So there's rules. So you know what to expect. And that's why it's okay for you to get into a car. So if you know that you're going to get a promotion, then of course you're going to ask. You're not going to be hesitant about asking. So there's no reason for you to stop, right? To ask for it. So if you know that starting a business means you're going to be successful, you will not hesitate to start one. So most of the fear that we have is really in our head. But for me to have more courage, I focus on the people who win in business. Yeah, because I get courage from them. People who do inspiring things, I lean to that. Um, I get perspective from people who do courageous things, do things that are uncomfortable every single day. And I also lean into God to give me more courage. Remember, courage is the ability to face things head on while having fear. And it's not about not having fear, right? It's not like, hey, let's be fearless. It's impossible for you to be fearless because there's always fear that lingers inside of you. It's about facing your fear and taking action. And so, you know, developing courage is probably the key into building more confidence because you got to have courage to try, right? So focus on building courage. And so if something that you're afraid of, lean into that a little bit more. Hard conversation that you're fearful of, start practicing leaning onto that. Number 3, preparation. This is very important. If you don't prepare ever in your life, if you're a procrastinator, you're gonna have no confidence. That's number 1. I used to procrastinate all the time. Raise your hand if you procrastinate. You're a procrastinator. I know some of you are a procrastinator. Don't lie, because we all procrastinate in something. So you got to prepare, all right? So preparation is the key, really, to start building that evidence in yourself. So when I was doing the 30-hour hike, I forced myself to do 1 hour, and then I eventually forced myself to do 6 hours of Stairmaster in one place in one day. It was very painful. It was painful because I was stuck in one place for 6 hours. I saw the same screen for 6 hours. It was not fun, but I started with 1 hour, and over time I built it up to 6 hours. But you know, when you're doing 30 hours, it's a little different. But you know, it was enough evidence for me, like, okay, I can do 6 hours. How hard can it be to do another 30, right? Another 30 hours. So it starts with preparation. And preparation is really just trying more every day. And it's the same thing with product research. If you guys doing, you know, the Amazon training right now, you gotta lean in and spend 30 minutes a day. That's preparation. Learn more about it. If you want to get better at something, you want to learn more about it, study it, and prepare for it, right? The more you try means the more you're getting more competence. And the more competence you are, the more confidence you have. Okay. So number 4, very important, understand why you're doing it. Why is it worth it to you to try? This is very important. You have to know why you're doing anything. If you don't know why you're doing something, then most likely you're probably not gonna stick with it long enough to get results. So understand the reason behind why you're inspired to do this in the first place, who you're doing it for. I know for sure if somebody held a gun to your head, you're gonna do it, right? I need you to do 1,000 push-ups today, and they'll hold a gun over your head. I promise you, you will try your hardest to do 1,000 push-ups, right? If your family's life is on the line, you will do it. Understand why or who you're trying so hard for, right? So that you can have more courage to take action when the challenge comes. All right. And last, this is most important for me, is surround yourself with doers. I know doer is not a word, but I think it's a good word. Find a doer, watch a doer, listen to doers. Doers are people who just take action. They don't sit around. And stop hanging around with people who are not trying new things. You know that you become the 5 people that you're around. So, you know, why continue to be around those people if you're trying to do something different? So surround yourself with doers, and this includes social media too. Like social media can be very toxic or it can be very inspirational. Like I unfollow everything that does not help me when it comes to business, my spirituality, family. You know, I unfollow every of those things, honestly. And this includes social media. So make sure you are following an account that motivates you, drive you, inspire you. Unfollow those accounts that make you feel like your life sucks or fill you up with drama, right? So unfollow those things and focus on surrounding yourself with doers and putting information in your mind that relates to doing. All right. My point is be around action taker, people that take challenges every day. Okay. So just remember this: confidence is the results and evidence that you put in every single day. So that's what confidence is. It's like, it's the results that you get, or the evidence, right? The evidence that you put in the work, you start doing something small at first, and slowly you get better at it, and you do more of it, and you work your way up. Remember, this is very important. Start learning how to have more trust in yourself. Do the action that you take every single day. And that's why building up habits is very important. Like, if you say that you're going to show up, you do it. If you say you're going to try to do something, do it. Don't say something and not do it. When you start having trust in yourself, you will have more confidence. Like, every time you don't keep your word, for example, every time you say you're going to do something, you don't do it, you're essentially creating more lack of trust. Like, if you've been around people that don't keep their word, you don't trust them. You don't have confidence they will show up for you, because they're not keeping their word. So how can you have evidence in your life to have more confidence? So life is hard in every single day, but you choose the right heart to lean onto, your life will grow and be fruitful. So this week, try and keep trying. All right. There's no such thing as failure. It's not a person, it's an event. So it doesn't mean you're a failure, right? You just failed. It's just an event. You're not a failure. And there's only lessons out of this. So keep trying and never stop. Okay, guys? The only thing I want you guys to understand here is that, every single day you guys are building up evidence. That's that's the most important thing here. You're building up evidence in your life, and those evidence are what is going to give you that confidence you need. Because we building confidence. It's not a feeling. You don't feel confident. You feel confidence after, right? Focus on building evidence, right, in your life, and then start having that trust. Build trust and evidence in your life. So action item for the group. What evidence do you have that you have built up over the years that, give you confidence? Well, let's just say that give you more trust in yourself. Let's focus on that right now. What evidence do you have built up over the years that help you build more trust in yourself? Because everybody got to where they are today because they've done something. You guys done something. You guys didn't just show up and results happen, right? No, you guys done something. There's something that you did. You went to school, you finished something, you did something at a job. There's something that you guys did that are evidence in your life that you can trust yourself to show up. And that's where your confidence lies. Okay. Then number 2, make a list and share it in the Discord group or in the study group. All right, share that. So make a list. The reason why I'm asking you guys to make a list is so that you guys remember everything that you've done. That's why it's so important. Take action on this. Don't sit on it. This is your report card, essentially, of everything that you've done. No matter how big or small, you've gotten to this point in your life because you did something. And this will be the evidence that will give you more trust in yourself. And when you start trusting yourself more, you're going to have more confidence to do things that you've never done before. All right. So I don't have anything else. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Do take action on this. Don't sit around and listen to this call today and like, okay, that's cool, confidence, whatever. No, don't be that kind of person. You will fail. You will fail if you do that. So don't do that. List all the results that you have in your life, all the evidence you have in your life, no matter how big or small. Doesn't matter where you are. Everybody got something. Okay, guys, and share it in the Discord group. Share it in the group study. Men, get on it, man. Ask people what their results are so that we can, lean into that, so that everyone can lean into that, so that they can have more confidence moving into 2024, so they can so they can trust themselves and then overcome the doubts and fear that they have. Okay, guys. Take your Monday strong. Take this week strong. Lean into yourself, trust in your ability, because you know what? That's where the confidence comes from, is when you trust yourself. All right, guys. Have a beautiful week. I don't have anything else. I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
I'll see you. Bye-bye.
How you doing?